BrokenLore Don't Watch is a first-person psychological horror game developed by Serafini Productions. Players step into the shoes of Shinji, a young hikikomori confined to his small Tokyo apartment. Facing unpaid rent, mounting bills, and familial misunderstandings, Shinji's isolation deepens. His only solace lies in video games, yet even this escape fails to alleviate his anxiety. As players delve into Shinji's unraveling psyche, they must beware of Hyakume, a sinister entity with 100 eyes lurking in the shadows. The game promises an immersive experience, blending photorealistic environments with stylized visuals to create a haunting atmosphere. Tormented Souls 2 is the anticipated sequel to the award-winning survival horror game developed by Dual Effect. Players once again follow Caroline Walker, who, after the harrowing events at Wildberger Hospital, seeks a normal life with her younger sister, Anna. However, Anna succumbs to a mysterious illness, exhibiting symptoms like coughing blood and blackened eyes. With conventional medicine failing, Caroline turns to supernatural means, leading her to the remote town of Puerto Mieler. This South American town, founded by the enigmatic Ismuit tribe, harbors unspeakable horrors. Silly Polly Beast is a story-driven shooter that combines side and top-down perspectives developed by Angie Games. Players follow 17-year-old Polly, who escapes a nightmarish shelter only to find herself trapped in an underworld shrouded in deadly fog. Equipped with a fog bracelet that warns of impending danger, Polly must navigate eerie realms, confront haunting figures from her past, and master forbidden spells to fight for her freedom. The game offers a unique blend of world exploration and intense combat, with a focus on aggressive gunfights and terrifying monsters. Ill is a narrative-driven first-person survival horror game developed by Team Clout Inc. Set in a sinister settlement, players are tasked with uncovering the unsettling truth behind its descent into madness. The game emphasizes intense body horror, featuring an advanced dismemberment system, dynamic enemy behavior, and complex weapon mechanics. Players must adapt to survive against grotesque creatures, employing diverse strategies, scavenging for supplies, crafting essential tools, and enhancing weaponry. The immersive, interactive world and strategic survival elements contribute to a visceral journey into despair. Agni Village of Calamity is a cinematic survival horror game developed by Separu Interactive, drawing inspiration from classic horror media. Players assume the role of Agni, an investigator from a covert Indonesian police unit who defies orders to explore the remote village of Desa Purba, despite ominous warnings. The game employs fixed camera angles reminiscent of early Resident Evil titles, enhancing its atmospheric tension. As Agni delves deeper into the village, players encounter unsettling creatures and must decide between evasion or confrontation, all while managing limited resources.
Dan menginjakkan kaki di tempat itu, semua pintu deskupan akan tertutup buatmu. Jangan buat keputusan yang akan kamu sesali.
Lila butuh saya, Bu.
Agni, Kak, ini Lila, Kak. Ayo pulang. Lila mau pulang.
Reanimal is an upcoming survival horror cinematic platformer developed by Tarsier Studios, the creators of the Little Nightmares series. The game follows a brother and sister as they navigate a hellish version of their home island, striving to rescue their 3 missing friends. Players must work together to explore the island, evade mutated animals, and solve environmental puzzles to progress. The game supports both single-player and 2-player cooperative multiplayer modes. In single-player, the second character is controlled by AI. The dynamic camera system keeps both characters in frame, enhancing the sense of claustrophobia and tension.
Wake up! I thought you were dead.
Deepest Fear is a sci-fi horror first-person shooter developed by Variable State. Set in a retro-futuristic underwater facility, players assume the role of Dr. Danny Carroll, delving into the depths of the ocean to uncover a long-dormant secret that threatens humanity's future. The game combines Metroidvania-style exploration with immersive sim elements, challenging players to navigate a decaying environment where otherworldly entities can manifest from any water source. Real-time fluid simulation adds unpredictability as flooding environments and dynamic water currents create emergent horror scenarios. They Are Here, Alien Abduction Horror, is a first-person narrative horror game developed by Decla Zahn. Players take on the role of journalist Taylor Fox, who investigates unexplained phenomena at Grayswood Farm, including bright lights in the sky and aggressive animal behavior. Armed with a flashlight and camera, players explore eerie environments, gather evidence of alien activity, and uncover the terrifying truth behind the abductions. The game draws inspiration from films like Signs and The X-Files, aiming to deliver a suspenseful and immersive horror experience.
There was a secret military complex near the farm that nobody knew about. The military was monitoring the Sherman family. Something terrible happened here 30 years ago, after which a series of inexplicable events began. Now, I feel like someone is watching me. God, what have I gotten myself into?
Cronos, The New Dawn, is a third-person survival horror game developed by Bloober Team, known for titles like Layers of Fear and the Silent Hill 2 remake. Set in a grim world where Eastern European brutalism meets retro-futurist technology, players assume the role of a traveler, an agent of the enigmatic organization known as the Collective. Tasked with scouring the wastelands of a post-apocalyptic future, the traveler searches for time rifts that transport them back to 1980s-era Poland. In the past, players witness a world undergoing the Change, a cataclysmic event that forever altered humanity. BrokenLore Follow is a psychological first-person horror game developed by Serafini Productions. The game immerses players in the haunting narrative of Anne, a young woman grappling with issues of self-acceptance, bullying, and worthlessness. As Anne navigates her troubled past, she encounters metaphorical, surreal creatures that heighten the terror of her journey. The game emphasizes exploration of unsettling environments, solving puzzles, and escaping from terrifying entities lurking in the darkness. Blight Survival is a cooperative action horror roguelite set in an alternate 14th century. Players navigate a desolate no man's land between two warring kingdoms, where a new strain of the Blight has emerged from the remains of the fallen. This infection rapidly spreads, turning humans into monstrous creatures. The game emphasizes cooperative gameplay, allowing up to 4 players to explore vast maps filled with secrets, scavenge for resources, and combat both human and infected adversaries. Customization of weapons and armor enables players to tailor their equipment to their preferred playstyle. Psycho Dead is a third-person survival horror game developed by Moon Catalyst Ka-Stour Ltd. The narrative follows Elixia, a girl with psychic abilities, as she attempts to escape from a secret laboratory overrun by grotesque and monstrous creatures. Players utilize Elixia's psychic powers, such as telekinesis to manipulate and throw objects, powerful psychic blasts for combat, and the creation of protective barriers for defense. The game combines exploration of a sci-fi setting filled with mystery and danger, puzzle-solving elements, and intense combat scenarios. Post-Trauma is a modern survival horror game developed by Red Soul Games and published by Raw Fury. Drawing inspiration from genre-defining classics, the game combines fixed camera angles with high-fidelity graphics to create an immersive and tense atmosphere. Players step into the shoes of Roman, a middle-aged train conductor who awakens in a twisted reality filled with mind-bending puzzles and unspeakable nightmares. The primary objective is to guide Roman back to his family, navigating through surreal environments, solving intricate puzzles, and confronting or evading various creatures encountered along the way.
Make peace with the gloom. There's no better way. Trust me.
You think you can escape what you've done?
I think I can try.
Beneath is a first-person action horror adventure developed by Camel 101. Players assume the role of veteran deep-sea diver Noah Quinn, who finds himself trapped in a treacherous underwater world filled with terrors beyond imagination. The game emphasizes intense combat, exploration of underwater stations, and unraveling the mysteries of an enigmatic complex of underwater facilities. Players must manage their resources carefully as ammunition is limited, and the line between reality and madness becomes increasingly blurred.
There are creatures inside the stations. Most of the scientists are dead. These things are not from this world. What I've seen here defies all logic. Nothing makes sense. There's know.
The Sinking City 2 is an upcoming survival horror game developed by Frogwares, inspired by the works of H.P. Lovecraft. Set in the 1920s, the game transports players to the city of Arkham, now plagued by a supernatural flood that has brought decay and eldritch monsters to its streets. Unlike its predecessor, which focused on detective work, this sequel emphasizes survival horror elements, challenging players to combat otherworldly creatures and navigate the treacherous, ever-changing urban landscape. The game features a semi-open world environment, allowing for exploration and resource management, with an optional investigation system that offers additional benefits and unlocks secrets for those who choose to delve deeper into the mysteries of Arkham. Dark Atlas Infernum is a first-person psychological survival horror game developed by Night Council Studio and published by Selecta Play. Players assume the role of Natalia Asensio, the Grand Master of an ancient esoteric order who awakens in a decaying world overrun by spectral beings known as imprints and plagued by violent electrical storms called umbras. Trapped in a dusty basement, drugged and with fragmented memories, Natalia must navigate intertwining physical and mental realities to stop an impending apocalypse and confront her inner demons. Shiver is a first-person horror game developed by Kawaii Sugoi Studios. Set in the 1990s, players take on the role of a young man named Isaac, who becomes stranded in a remote area during a snowstorm. Seeking shelter in an abandoned campground, Isaac must explore the eerie surroundings, solve puzzles, and uncover the dark history of the site to survive the night. The game emphasizes atmospheric horror with a focus on exploration and environmental storytelling, creating a sense of isolation and dread as players delve deeper into the mysteries of the campground.
I thought to sleep off to death. Freezing was not so bad as people thought. There were worse ways to die. And I was right. There are worse ways to die.
Below, Rusted Gods is an experimental horror game developed by From South Games. In this unique experience, players assume the role of an operator guiding an expedition descending into an enigmatic abyss. The game emphasizes psychological horror, requiring players to investigate surroundings and solve puzzles to uncover the mysteries lurking below. The atmospheric tension is heightened by the game's realistic graphics and immersive sound design, creating a sense of unease as players delve deeper into the unknown. Digested is a body cam horror survival game developed by Carl and published by DigiGhost Studios. Players must evade a colossal snake intent on consuming them, utilizing various tools and abilities to formulate an escape strategy. The game features a first-person perspective with body cam-style visuals, enhancing the immersive horror experience. Players navigate through unfamiliar terrain, using a map to locate their extraction point while avoiding being digested. The game emphasizes tension and quick decision-making, challenging players to survive against overwhelming odds. Will Follow the Light is a first-person, single-player adventure game developed by Tomorrowhead Studio. The game immerses players in the harsh northern latitudes, where they assume the role of Will, a man navigating endless waters in search of his loved ones. The narrative explores themes of escapism and familial relationships, drawing inspiration from titles like Firewatch for its plot and Alan Wake for its visual atmosphere. Players will experience realistic yacht management developed with input from actual voyagers as they sail between remote islands and uncharted waters.
You'll be a man, my son.